So the other morning, it got cold enough here that I wanted to remote start my Jeep. And when I pushed the button, the lights came on, but it did not actually start, and then all the lights went right back off. So what I did to diagnose it, I was sitting in the driver's seat and trying to remote start it from inside, and I noticed that on the display screen it'll pop up and tell you that the remote start has been disabled. There's lots and lots of things that'll disable it. You can look online and find all those. Sometimes it'll tell you, but sometimes it won't. So I'm going to go ahead and try to remote start it here. And I don't know if you heard that, but it clicked just for a second. So it actually tried, but now you'll see it says remote start disabled, start vehicle to reset. So I'm going to go ahead and start it here. So it starts right up if you push the start button. And you notice it's cold enough that my tire pressure is a little low too. So one thing I'm going to show you here, scroll over. So I've got 14 to 15 volts is jumping back and forth. But I think if I shut it off, I can leave this going. I can scroll. So the engine's not running. It's 13 volts now. And it just dropped to 12. So that's kind of telling me the battery's a little weak, and that is one of the things that will make it not want to start. It detects voltage drop, but the computer just says no, it probably shouldn't start. So what I did is I've already gone out and bought a new battery. I'm going to go ahead and replace that. So I'm pretty sure that's what the problem is, and we'll show you that it's all working. Okay, so I have moved into the garage to do the actual work. If you're not familiar with the 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee, which is what this is, the battery is actually under the passenger seat. So to access it, push the seat all the way forward and up, and then there's a cover under the seat you just grab a hold of and pop up the back, and then there's clips in the front, and then there's your battery. I'm not going to go through all the steps of taking the battery out. There's plenty of videos online for that, but basically working with a battery, it's probably recommended wear safety glasses. There's always the chance you can have a spark, and a spark can cause other things to go bad. But what you want to do is remove the negative first, and then remove the positive, which is in the front. The reason being is if you have a wrench on the positive terminal and you're moving it and you touch something metal, it could spark. But if you take the negative off first, you can touch metal to metal here. Once this is off, then when you're messing with the positive terminal, the circuit's already broken, so it won't spark on you. So bolt here, bolt there, and then I think there's a hold down on the back side here. Get some light down there. See, and then there's two bolts that clamp the hold down in place, and then also because it's inside the vehicle, you'll notice there's a vent that needs to be hooked up, so make sure you get that hooked back up as well. So I'm going to go ahead and swap this out and go from there. Before I actually take the battery, disconnect it, I did want to show you one thing that the other videos don't show you. So I've got an adapter here. This plugs into the OBD2 connector, and what it'll do then is keep powered, keep the computer powered up so you don't lose any memory settings. And I've got mine rigged up to I've got an adapter on a DeWalt battery, a 12 volt DeWalt battery that has a the cigarette connector plugged into it. But the cord I bought is just off Amazon, real inexpensive, real worth having. Some of the memory functions that can get lost would be like throttle position sensor for like idle and stuff, so it'll idle rough for a while before it learns it again. But if you can keep those memory settings in there, then that just saves you all that trouble. So I'm going to go ahead and plug that in and then take the battery out. So I got the old battery out. So this is the old battery sitting here. I don't see a date on it, so I don't know how old it is. But I just want to be sure that that's what my real problem is. So what I've got is just a simple load tester. And so what I'll do is hook this up, negative. Pardon the camera bouncing around here a bit. So got that hooked up. And you can see this one's showing just barely over 12 volts. But then what you do is you put a load on it, and you see the needle instantly drop kind of into the yellow section where it says weak. So I'm only supposed to hold this for like 10 seconds, but that tells me that this battery is getting to be a little on the weak side. And we're just at the beginning of winter here, so it's going to get colder. I don't want to be caught in the freezing cold and have a dead battery. So, and just to assure it, I'm going to put the load tester on the new battery. And see, that one now is almost 13 volts or 12 and a half. But if I go ahead and press the load test, 2, 3, it stays in the green. So that tells me the newer battery is a better battery than what I'm taking out. So reassures me that what I'm doing is the correct fix. So I'm going to go ahead and put the new battery in. Okay, so I've got the new battery installed. I'm going to go ahead and start it here. I'm just going to use the button on the dash to start it. Hopefully it'll sound a little better. Oh yeah, that cranked over a lot faster. So I think we're good. I'm going to leave it set out overnight, and it's supposed to get below freezing tonight. So that should give it a good test in the morning. I'll use the remote start, and hopefully that'll work for me. I did pump my tires up, so it just needs to take a couple minutes here to reset those. So I should be good to go. I'll see you in the morning. Okay, it's morning. Cold outside, so good day to have a remote starter. So I'm going to go ahead and push the button here. And it started. So I guess a weak battery is a cause for a remote starter not working. So thanks for watching the video. Hope it helped, and give me a like.